Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting edition of the Manga Collector Show here on YouTube, specifically the Omnibus Collectors Network. I'm so happy that you could be here with us talking manga tonight on this fine Thursday evening. Today we're doing a double header, if you will. We're going to be discussing and talking about Tite Kubo's latest work, Burn the Witch. And we are going to briefly look at all the cool stuff that's coming out in the month of October when it comes to manga. Now, all of these releases are, they could change at any point in time. We're just basing it from different sources like Bright Stuff, Previews Catalog, our sponsors' website, In Stock Trades, all that fun stuff. They've got all the info, but just be warned that all these dates could change. And speaking of change, I want to change things up by bringing my co-host, the wonderful and amazing omnibus collector himself, Ryley. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. That was a good segue.
Nice. So, speaking of manga, you can get your favorite manga at our sponsor's website. That's instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at instocktrades.com. There you go. So with that out of the way, I hope everybody's doing well. Let's geek out over some mangoes. Ryley, you wanted me to do a little assignment, and I have to inform you that I failed. I did not read Zombie Powder. I apologize. I wanted to try and read it before going on air, but I've been a little bit busy today, so I couldn't go for it. I saw some of the art, so I can talk about that, but I didn't read it.
Yeah, I don't know if in the first minute before I got here you mentioned, but we were talking Burn the Witch. And Zombie Powder, for anyone who doesn't know, is Kubo's work before Bleach. It was a shorter series. It only lasted for 4 volumes, and each of those volumes also includes some of his other like one-shot stuff that he did even before Zombie Powder. So I read that one actually before Viz actually brought it out and published it in English. I read Zombie Powder online because I loved Bleach so much that I just needed more Kubo. And so I was really excited when they did give it to us. But it was one of those shorter series that did get I'm trying to think of other examples, stuff like Black Torch or Gunblaze West. Zombie Powder was one of those that got canceled pretty early. So it didn't get a full series, and I was hoping that maybe Kubo would return to it. But I think that was me being a naive teenager, like a 15-year-old, thinking that it was a possibility. But hey,
it could happen one day. Yeah. But today we're here to geek out about. Oh, there's the cover right there.
Yeah. So there's the first volume. Just show real quick. Second volume. Third volume, and the last one, volume 4. It's a little heavy on the top side there.
It's a boobalicious cover.
But yeah, Burn the Witch. Before we talk about that, you already know about this, but I got these books in really quickly, and I wanted to share because I was super excited. I got My the Psychic Girl, volumes 1 and 3 in the mail today. I ordered them. I think that was Monday that I ordered them off of eBay. So they arrived really quickly. And I wanted to share because like 2 years ago, I randomly found volumes 2 and 4 at a half price books. And I bought those because they were like $5 each. And then on a whim, Monday morning or Sunday night, whenever it was, I searched on eBay for My the Psychic Girl, just like, I wonder if I can find those 2 for cheap now, because usually they go for like $20 to $30 each. And there was literally just a lot of only 1 and 3, the 2 books that I needed.
Nice.
and I won the auction the next morning. So
those were specifically for you. That was preordained.
Yes, that is exactly what happened here. So that was my tiny haul from today.
Cool. I like it. Eric, you haven't missed much. We're just starting, so glad you could be here, as well as everybody in the chat. Jesse is extremely excited, and I love that so much. I love when the chat is excited about what we're going to talk about. That's awesome. But yeah, Burn the Witch. It started coming out 4 weeks ago, but it was originally the one shot back in 2018 that was revealed at the end. Spoilers, if you don't want to know anything about Burn the Witch and you want to read it, you can go and grab it from the Shonen Jump, not Shonen Jump, the Shonen Jump app on your phone or tablet or in your computer, and you can read it for free. I think it's still available for free, everything, the one shot and all 4 chapters.
The one shot is not free right now, but the 4 chapters are.
Oh, okay. Well,
so you can probably have to subscribe.
Yeah, or you can find a summary on the Bleach Wiki page or whatever. I don't know. But the thing is, you could search for it and you'll find it. Be creative, guys. So that was in 2018, and everybody was super surprised when that came out because at the end, spoilers, it was revealed that the world that these characters are living in is the Western branch of the Soul Society from the Bleach universe. And everybody lost their minds. Everybody was super excited, and it sort of just fell silent until I think it was February or January of this year when they did a live stream from Shueisha and another company, and they revealed the 20th anniversary Bleach project, which included Burn the Witch. Was announced it as an ongoing, but then it was announced that it was going to be a limited series, which is what we have now, and it's a 4-chapter run for this mini series, following up on what was set up in the one shot. Although I do think you don't really need to read the one shot; you can just go ahead and enjoy this for what it is. It helps because you get some character introductions in the one shot, but it's not really that necessary. It's more like a pilot. But here we are now, 2020. We have the 4 chapters are out now. The series has ended, and we read it. I made a video on my channel, but I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth right now. What did you think of Burn the Witch?
So I saved all 4 chapters to read at once.
Yeah.
And I read them this week, and I was pleased. And I'm going to say I think that I was even more pleased and pleasantly surprised by it because several people online in our on our group, Otaku's Farm, were not as positive on Burn the Witch. And so I went into it thinking like, okay, I'm just going to lower my expectations. I know that I'm a big diehard Kubo fan, and I know how people feel about Bleach. Most people don't like it like I do. So let me lower my expectations. And I really did have fun with this. I think that the miniseries started off a little bit slow, but once it gets going, I think it does a great job. And also, I think what really helps, and I know you haven't mentioned this yet, so if you were meaning to mention it later, a little bit of spoilers, but we saw that there is a season 2 coming. There was, I think, sketches of his that were put out, and it says like Burn the Witch season 2 coming. It doesn't say a date, but knowing that, going into this, knowing that there is a season 2 on the way, I think helped me to be more open in my reading of it, in seeing it positively, because now I'm seeing this as a as the first part of something, and not seeing it as something that where I'm expecting a real beginning, middle, and end. I'm expecting just another snippet of a story, kind of like what we did get with that one shot. And I'm expecting something that is going to continue to be enticing and intriguing of this new, I don't want to say new world, but this new side of a world that we've already been introduced to. And that's exactly what we got here. I had a good time. And by the end of it, I was excited to see where he's going to go from here, what he's going to do with these characters, because it does leave off with some great cliffhangers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into the negatives right away, but the story, I had a lot of fun with it. Like you said, it's fantastic. The art is easily one of the most appealing things about the series. Kubo at the top of his game. The character designs are fantastic. I know there were some people on the farm that were making jokes about certain characters. I don't really care. Honestly, I didn't even notice until it was pointed out to me with that picture. I'm like, okay, I didn't even notice that because the character doesn't appear in the actual story. But I thought it was really fun that you took the world of Bleach and you made something fresh. Even though it's the Soul Society, you're not really fighting hollows. You're fighting these dragons, and the concept of being a reverse London and the main characters Noel and Nini, them sort of being your agents, I guess, and fighting off against evil creatures. We don't really know the full extent of the antagonist in the series. We're introduced to some concepts, so hopefully with the second season, we're able to expand on that and get like a solid villain. Because if it's going to be just dragons, it's going to be really different from Bleach. So I know that will cause some shocks for the Bleach community.
I think that it's going to treat it, if it continues in the same way that Bleach did, we might see it continue where the dragons are treated like the hollows from the early in the series, where the first chunk of volumes of Bleach focused a lot on just the hollows, and like at the early parts, the Menos Grande were the biggest, most powerful villain that Ichigo had to deal with. But then, yeah, exactly. But then as it goes forward, I think it's going to introduce more kind of, I'm going to say more lore behind everything, because I liked the dragon that they introduced, like the big one in here, and the fact that there's like a hierarchy to the dragons, and there's specific ones that are the special ones. I really like that, and I like to see that expanded upon, but I think there's going to be something else linked with that that's going to go back to stuff with, this branch of Soul Society and all that, and all the characters that they kind of introduced. So that's where I'm excited to see what he does and how he goes forward with this series.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I didn't like about the manga, I would say that since it's a limited series, the plot is very easy to follow because it's the standard of a movie where you have your character introductions, a main plot appears, and there's this twist and the resolution against the main conflict, and it ends. But Kubo, in my opinion, just went a little bit overboard with the exposition and the world building and all that stuff, because he just started dumping huge amounts of information about Dragon Pact Society, all the different dragons, what is a dragon clad, the toxins and what do they do. I understood everything, but I just thought, man, if you just strip everything down and you just give me a simple introduction with the two girls doing their thing and you learn bit by bit, I think it would have been a little bit better for me and I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Instead, I felt like I was just reading an encyclopedia of stuff like, okay, this does this, this does that. I just wanted to see what these two new characters are about and then worry about the world. I thought maybe he could have eased up a little bit on that. I don't know if you thought the same.
I get that. And I'm wondering if that's just a symptom of the series being a limited series. Because he might have felt like, okay, I'm not going to get much of a chance to expand on all these things because I'm not doing this regularly weekly. I only have these 4 extra sized chapters in which to work right now, because he very well, from the beginning of when that limited series started, may have not known that he was going to have the opportunity to do the season 2 stuff. So he was like, all right, I have to get a lot of this out there. But then maybe, and I don't know. I don't know what the case was. I don't know when it in the progress of him doing this story, he found out that they were going to bring him back for another season. Maybe as he went forward and he realized, like, okay, they're going to have me come back, I can leave this on a pretty good cliffhanger and come back to do things later on. I'm hoping that whenever season 2 does come out, that's kind of alleviated, because he's gotten so much of the exposition about the world out of the way that he can focus more on actually telling the story and expanding on what he's already introduced to us and giving them more character instead of just giving background and giving all that information that he's shoving down our throats all at once.
Yeah. Jesse brings up a good point, but with the amount of real estate Kubo's trying to build, there's no way this could have been 4 issues only. I think it's a good thing that we're getting a season 2 for what you said, Ryley, because now you have an opportunity to keep expanding and not have to worry about the setting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit too much, but I am a huge Kubo fan and I love Bleach and all that stuff, so I didn't really mind that much. I just thought it was okay. I liked the characters and the art more than the story and the elements per se, but it was still a really fun, cool manga to read. I really love the characters. Noelle is my favorite out of the bunch. I really like her dry sense of humor and how she's kind of just done with it all compared to Nini, who's super bubbly and excited and I don't know, hyperactive about stuff. Meanwhile, you got her opposite, which just behaves like one of us on our age range, where we're just fed up with everything and whatever. So I really appreciated that type of character.
What this reminds me of is, I don't know if you've read the Terraformers manga, but
is that the one
with the roaches on Mars.
Yeah.
The first
I've seen it.
first volume is basically, you could think of it as like this. It was like a first season. It was one series, and then it follows with a second series. So the first volume is full of exposition. It gives you a brief look at the world and stuff, and then after that it expands and it goes bigger and expands on what was introduced in the first volume. So I feel like this is kind of like that. It's giving us everything you need to know right at the beginning, and then it's going from there. And I mentioned it in chats that we've had, that maybe this is because, like, they're doing it this way because Shueisha and Jump are not wanting to have another Samurai 8 on their hands, where that series did not do well, and the main reason they put it out there was because it was by Kishimoto. But Kishimoto also didn't do the art on that series, so that was a detractor there. Like, if we had a series written by Kubo that didn't have Kubo's art, then that brings my anticipation down by 50%. But that one only got to last for however many chapters, making up 5 volumes. And 3 volumes in, I feel like I still don't know much about what the heck is really supposed to be going on here. Whereas with Burn the Witch, we only have a 1-shot and 4 bonus sized chapters, because each of those was like 35, 40 pages.
Like that. Yeah.
So with that material, I feel like I know everything I need to know about that world for us to start getting some really exciting stories.
Yep. Also, Jesse brings up an excellent fact. How does Kubo come up with those crazy names? I'm going to tell you something, Jesse. Coming up with character names is not as easy as it sounds, and Kubo does a great job of naming characters. If you look back at Bleach, they're all so distinct and memorable that their names are ingrained in your memory if you read that story. The Japanese names, and then the Arrancar with their Spanish influenced names, and then even the what's the name of the Quincy's with the German stuff.
Yeah.
So he's really got a knack of international awareness, and he knows that a lot of fans worldwide really enjoy his stuff. So he's going to appeal to a lot of people worldwide. So yeah, he's great at that. I love Sure, there's some misfires with several characters sometimes, but hey, nobody's perfect. But for the most part, he does a really good job of creating interesting, memorable characters in almost all his work. Tyler, never read any of Kubo's work, but I've always been interested from a distance. Might have to check some of his stuff out. Yeah, check it out, man. I mean, Bleach is a ton of fun. It gets a bad rap because of things that happened later on, but it's still one of the great Shonen Jump manga titles, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have defended it a lot and talk a lot about it. I've talked about it on my channel and stuff. And Bleach, especially the material from that first box set, is just such A+ material. And for me, I have a real soft spot for the second, third as well, all the way through the end of the Wekamundo arc with the Arankar and all that stuff. And then once it gets into the Quincy arc at the end, that latter third, and the Fullbring arc, that's when it starts to fall apart. And I think a lot of that is it's just a lot longer than it needed to be. Like he really just makes it go for so long, and all the fights last way too long, and it's something that could have been condensed. And that's why I think that between us, a popular idea is that hopefully the anime, in adapting that final arc, condenses it and kind of tells it in a way that's a little more satisfying and allows it to have a good ending. But it's such like that, even that back part of the series is such a guilty pleasure for me because I enjoy seeing the way that he closes out the story. And there's still important things that happen that answer questions that you have from the end of the, you know, the Wekamundo and the Arankar stuff with the Espada. And it was fun to see all these different things happen that you didn't have the answers for before. Now he's telling you, like, this is this and this is that. And maybe it was a bit, you know, done a bit poorly, but hey, it works. The swagger comes from Kubo's style 100%. It's his art style, and the way that he outfits his characters, I think, is a lot of it. His sensibility behind actual style, like fashion and whatnot, is so on point. Literally from the first volume, the clothes that he puts them in all the chapter splash pages and stuff, he just has such a creativity about that that is honestly unparalleled outside of maybe Takeshi Obata was the artist from Death Note, right? Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was Oba or Obata did the art, but he also has a very good style as far as outfitting characters, to the point that I wish that we would see a series from Type Kubo that just is like slice of life or something, so we can see him draw characters that wear these really awesome clothes that he designs for all of his people.
He designs outfits that people would actually wear. Yeah, some of those outfits are really awesome. I love them. And Burn the Witch is no exception. It looks visually stunning. And all the facial expressions, and I just think he mastered his craft perfectly. And we're getting the benefits with Burn the Witch. It just looks so good. I can't wait. I can't wait for the movie because honestly, this whole limited run 4-chapter stuff, it's basically one big movie. So I'm really excited about the anime film because I think it will streamline that just a little bit easier for people. I have high hopes for that, and the trailers for that look stunning as well. So I'm really excited. Kubo should do a fashion manga. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. There we go. I was openly critical of the last arc, but I was so happy to hear that the anime was coming back. I can't wait for that anime. That's going to be great. Hopefully the animation improves from the previous stuff, because I'm not the biggest fan of Studio Pierrot, but hopefully they'll do a better job with this one because no fillers. Let's just adapt the whole thing and do it well.
Yeah, that's That's going to be a great fact, is the fact that it's already done. They don't have to worry about fillers. They can FMA Brotherhood this shit and just follow the story, condense it if they need to, expand in places if they need to. But yeah. So with all said and done, October is sorry. All said and done, I would give it, if I was to rank it, I'll say a C plus.
C plus, all right.
I say a C plus because, you know, great artwork, fun world. We're revisiting something that I love, but we haven't gotten into the real meat of the story yet. Yeah. And brilliant artwork.
I give it B minus.
Dang, I'm the critical one today. But October new manga is that this is a crazy expensive month.
Oh yeah,
and I am scared.
Oh yeah, let's get into that. I'm really excited about that.
It's frightening. There has not been a month that's had so many high dollar manga that I want to get ever that I can think of.
Give me a second. Wait a minute. How would you all rate the potential for Burn the Witch? I think it has a high potential. I said B minus, and Ryley said C plus. So around that area. Hopefully season 2 improves.
I think it has the potential to be an A series.
Yeah,
it definitely has the potential to be a fantastic title. I would love to see them no longer produce it in seasons and just do a series going on and stuff. Maybe if they put it in the monthly Jump series and stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Don't tell me that October and November are both going to be hard, because I'm struggling.
Let me do this thing. No, that's shoot. Give me a second. That's the wrong tab. Because I have 3 windows open. Let's see if I can get the right one.
Well, at least it wasn't a bad tab.
Yeah. Damn it, that's the same one. What the hell, man? All right. Stop. If I share my screen, Chrome. All right, I think it's this one. No, that's not it. So it should be the middle one. Nope. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to play with this thing, but it's not cooperating. Okay, what the heck? If I share the screen, Chrome tab. All right. All right, I think I got the solution for that. Let's see. There we go. Got it.
Yay.
All right. So this is the stuff that's coming out in the month of October. Lots of epic releases. So we're going to go by them quick because there's a lot. Starting on the first week of October, we are getting Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen Noodles Volume 2. This is a big one. Attack on Titan Colossal Edition Volume 5.
It's one of the big ones that I'm planning on getting.
Yep. Aria the Masterpiece Volume 6. Elfen Lied Omnibus Volume 4, which I think it's the last one, right?
Yes, that'll be the last one. And I did get the first 3 volumes, and I read them, and I did not get much out of them, so I decided that I was not going to continue and get the last volume. So, yeah, I just didn't think too much of it.
I've only seen the anime, and it's legendary as well. Everybody loves Elfen Lied. I just think it's okay. Not my cup of tea. But yeah, to each his own. Next up, we've got Kino's Journey, The Beautiful World, Volume 6. Love and Lies, Volume 9. The Fairy Tale manga box set, number 3, which I think it's already out in different sites because I think Omar has it. He wanted to show me that box set on Omnibros this past Monday. I think it's this one, Sub 3. Is this ACA or ACCA? I'm going to say ACCA just in case. 13 Territory Inspection Department, PS, Manga, Volume 1. I have no idea what that's about. Next up, Combatants Will Be Dispatched, Volume 3, which is a battle shonen isekai. Happy Sugar Life, Volume 6. Triage X, Volume 20. This has a parental advisory, so be on the lookout for that. Hatsu Asterisk Haru, or Hatsuharu, Volume 12. Here's one of my favorites. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, Volume 3. I read Volume 1, and it was so awesome and wholesome. I really am a fan of this series, so I can't wait to read this. Next up, Restaurant to Another World, Volume 2. Kimono Friends a la carte, Volume 4. Our Last Crusade or The Rise of a New World, Volume 3. Sweat and Soap, Volume 4. Interviews with Monster Girls, Volume 8. Made in Abyss Anthology, Layer 1, Irredeemable Cave Raiders. Interesting title. An Incurable Case of Love, Volume 5. Here we go. Ao Haru Ride, Volume 13. One of the best manga out right now, Chainsaw Man. I'm up to date with this bad boy. And
I still haven't gotten up to date.
Oh, it's so freaking great. You'll get angry at it, but it's still a great manga because there's stuff that happens in there that will leave you speechless, but in a good way, I hope. But I loved it. It's fantastic. Chainsaw Man Volume 1 is coming out. I highly recommend this. Demon Slayer Volume 17. I just read Volume 16 yesterday, and that was beautiful. I loved it. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 6. I know you're picking that up as well.
Yeah, I'm really loving that series too.
It's
been a lot of fun.
I think I left it at Volume 3 or almost Volume 4. I need to continue reading.
Definitely keep going. They're expanding a lot on the cast and doing some really cool things.
Ooh, nice. Here's another fan favorite, My Hero Academia, Volume 25.
Wasn't there like a 4-month break in between? But it didn't seem like it because we were in the middle of pandemic shipping.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a pain in the butt to wait so long, but these past 4 months just went by so quickly. So I'm really excited about this. Japan is up to Volume 27, if I remember correctly. So we're nearly there. They're delaying it and doing that 4-month break on purpose so we don't run out of material to publish in America. Moriarty the Patriot, Volume 1. I do believe this is getting an anime, but I don't know much about it.
I don't either. I have it on my wish list or whatever. Like I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm debating getting it just because I like to try new Volume 1s especially of the Jump manga. So if anyone watching has read it and has any idea, let us know because I'm curious about it.
Definitely. Here's another fan favorite. One Punch Man, Volume 21 is coming out, as well as Prince Freya, Volume 3. And that's the first page. If I close this, what happens? Do we go back to normal? Yes. All right. Let me share my screen again. The other tab. Am I going to get it? There we go. Yay. All right. Revolutionary Girl Utena After the Revolution manga. The Demon Prince of Momochi House, Volume 16. We Never Learn, Volume 12. Yona of the Dawn, Volume 26. Here is The Heroic Legend of Arslan, Volume 13. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 5. Blue Period, Volume 1. Marginal Operation, Volume 4. There's a Demon Lord on the Floor, Volume 8.
I can see something taking up half of that cover.
Yeah, there's a lot of boobage action in that cover. Jesus.
Jesus.
Wotakai Love is Hard for Otaku, Volume 4. Bakemonogatari, Volume 5. UQ Holder, Volume 20. I really want to read Bake. I've watched a little bit of the anime. I kind of want to pick this up. Cells at Work, Code Black, Volume 6.
That one's getting an anime adaptation now, Code Black.
Yep.
And they're bringing some of the other spin-offs over to be published physically in English. But I haven't read any of the other spin-offs. That one, though, Black, is a lot of fun. I like it more than the original.
Ooh, nice. Check it out. Heaven's Design Team, Volume 1. Sounds pretty interesting. Cutie and the Beast, Volume 1. Kingdom of Z, Volume 2. Here's one of my favorites, The Ancient Magus Bride, Volume 13. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Volume 9. I'm sensing a thread here, because this one was, there's a Demon Lord on the floor, and this one says How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. There's a lot of Demon Lord mangas out there for some reason. Next up, My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. This was really fun. I love the anime for this. It's it has some harem elements, but it's not fan servicey at all, and it's very they do a good job of breaking the norm when it comes to harems and rom-coms and all that stuff, because all the characters are really great, wholesome leads, and they're all falling for the main character. And she's supposed to be the villain, but she's not. Next up, we've got Parham Eton Tales from Beyond, Volume 2. Knights of Sidonia Master Edition, Volume 7.
That's the final Master Edition, I believe. Yes, it should be. And that is another one of the expensive ones that I'll be picking up this month.
Nice. City Manga, Volume 9, which reminds me of Dragon Quest Monsters for some reason, because of the font. We also have Fangirl, Volume 1. His Favorite, Volume 11. Here's another good one. Komi Can't Communicate, Volume 9.
Yes, that is always my go-to, like, feel-good series.
Yeah. Persona 5, Volume 4, the manga adaptation of the game. Here we have Pokemon Adventures Collector's Edition, Volume 4. That's
Very
awesome.
excited. I had read the first 7, like the red, blue, and yellow stuff before.
Yeah.
And then when the third collection came out, I read the first couple of volumes of Gold, Silver in there, and it is still really fun. I'm really enjoying it and anticipating reading this. I do have actually the original size volume, so I could read the content anyway right now, but I don't know. I like it in the collector editions. Have a really great feel to them. They feel great in your hand. The pages are a nice quality. It's just they put a lot of work into these, and I really appreciate it. And I'm happy to grab these, even though I already had the first 14 volumes of the original stuff. So if anyone wants the first 14 volumes of Pokemon, let me know, because I'll sell them for a good price.
Yeah, I have the first box set, but I got it as a gift, and I don't like selling away my gift, so I'll stick with that and maybe get this stuff in the collector's edition. Next up, we got Radiant, Volume 13. Let's see. Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, which is getting an anime next year. It was supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed because of the pandemic. But looks pretty cute. Case Closed, Volume 76. That's a lot of cases.
I think that this is the second longest manga published in the US.
I think so.
Yep. I think because, I mean, starting with 75, it was because it was what's it called? Bleach, obviously, we were talking about
Mhm.
earlier, at 74 volumes, and now this
Yeah.
one surpassed that. And unless I'm just completely forgetting about something, One Piece is the only other series that's longer. I mean, it's longer by far. But
Yeah.
in Japan, Case Closed is longer, I believe, than One Piece is.
Hmm. Transformers Volume 3 of the manga, the hardcover edition.
And that's the final hardcover of that
Nice.
series.
That's cool. Rent a Girlfriend, which has an anime airing right now. I really like that anime. It's a lot of fun. So I'm interested in checking out the manga once the anime ends to see where the story continues. Avatar. Do we include this? This is not a manga. Forget this. I'm not going to read about it. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Volume 2. I assume it's another isekai. We also have The Witch and the Beast, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So we're getting both. That's nice.
I've never heard of that.
I mean, if you're going to release the two at the same time, you should have just bound the two together and make like a collector's thing or an omnibus. I don't know.
Is it Kodansha? Because they've done that before with like Wave Listen to Me, and they're doing that with what's
Let
it
me
called? Shaman King.
Let's see. Let's see. Come on. That's an opening. It is from Kodansha. Yes. It is about a soft-spoken man with delicate features, a coffin strapped to his back, and an entourage of black crows. The girl is a feral, violent girl with long fangs and the eyes of a beast. This ominous pair appear one day in a town, enthralled to a witch, a ruler with magic coursing through her tattooed body, who has convinced the townsfolk she's their hero. But they know better. They live by one creed. Wherever a witch goes, only curses and disasters follow. They have scores to settle, and they won't hesitate to remove anyone in their way, be it angry mob or army garrison. Interesting. Okay, that's different. So yeah, we're getting those two volumes. Here is this the final one for Sailor Moon? Volume 10?
Yeah, that's the final for Sailor Moon, and then there will be one more book coming out for Sailor V, the title that preceded that.
Because that is already scheduled for January, if I remember correctly. So yeah, now we're getting the final one, Sailor Moon Eternal Edition, Volume 10. Followed here by The New Gate, Volume 3. Alice and Zoroku, Volume 7. Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, Volume 11. Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, Volume 4. Getter Robo Devolution, Volume 5. I believe this is the last one. Or I don't know if I'm mistaking it for another mecha series, but I think it's the last one. One of my favorite rom-coms or coming-of-age stories, Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season. This is the final volume. I highly recommend this. This was fantastic. I love that series. The Daily Lives of High School Boys, Volume 2. Here we have Wonderland, Volume 6. And the big one that a lot of people are going to be looking for, Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition, Omnibus, Volume 1, hardcover. That's a lot.
Yeah, I on the one hand, I still haven't read, like I have all 10 of the Omnibus paperbacks and I still haven't read them because I suck. And on the other hand, I absolutely adore these hardcover like collections like this that Dark Horse has been doing, and I want to support those. So I don't know if I don't know what the right choice for me is. I don't know if I should go ahead and pre-order this and sell the 10 volume set, because it'll be less of a chore for me to look at my shelf and say like, oh, I just need to read one big hardcover instead of, you know, the way it looks now. I'm like, ah, shit, it's a 10 volume omnibus set that I haven't started digging into. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I think maybe I should at least read the first omnibus edition, and if I enjoy it, then I'll make up my mind. But like I said with Pokemon, guys, if anyone wants the set of omnibus editions, let me know, because there's a chance I might want to sell these.
Oh man, I am I've seen the anime of it because they did a recent adaptation last year, and it looks awesome. So I really want to read this, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait for it to show up on in stock trades because it's Dark Horse, so it's gonna be there, and probably get it at the wonderful discount from our sponsor. So maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know. I have no room for it, but I'll make it work somehow.
They do generally give a steeper discount on Dark Horse stuff, than Right Stuff does.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up. Whatever. I wasn't going to, but then I got FOMO'd into it, and then we're going to talk briefly about what Omar did in one of his videos. But he showed some of the art in the manga, and I kept looking at it, and I'm like, damn it! I said I didn't want it. Now I do want it, so I'll probably get that hardcover. Speaking of awesome stuff, Mob Psycho 100 Volume 6 is coming out as well, and Drifting Dragons Volume 6.
I have Volume 5 of Drifting Dragons in my my reading stack right now. It's a fun series, and Mob is good too. Yes, yeah, I'm collecting both of those. Mob, I think, is a total of 14 volumes or something. So we're proceeding at a pretty good pace.
And for everybody watching, you're in luck because Mob was trending worldwide a couple weeks ago. So yeah, it got really famous. Next up, we've got Fire Force Volume 20. And I love this. I love it started a little bit cold for me, but I warmed up to it, and I am in love with Fire Force. The anime is currently adapting this portion, so we're right there with the manga, with with the North American publishing, I should say. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And this character right here is one of the best fighters. I love him in the story. He's awesome.
So I just started reading Soul Eater, and I commented to you and some of the other guys in one of our chats about how like fan service heavy it is.
Yeah.
How does Fire Force compare on a scale of like a silent voice to Soul Eater?
A lot closer to a silent voice. Fire Force. The only fan service stuff in Fire Force is, and I forget her name, the cat-eared girl, where they make this joke where she trips up and she likes to wear loose clothing and a bikini top, so she loses her clothing bits, and obviously it's censored, and they played that for laughs. But lately, I haven't been seeing that at all, and it's been a lot more serious. Other than that, there's no fan service whatsoever. A lot of people don't mind. I thought it was weird, but whatever. But yeah, I've noticed that as the series progresses, the author has dropped all that stuff. I think it happened like once or twice in season 2, but it's gotten a lot better. But compared to Soul Eater started out very, very raunchy with the witch character and all that stuff.
Another cat ear girl.
Yeah. But Soul Eater does get better because I haven't read the manga, but I do remember watching the anime, and by the end of it, it wasn't as fan servicey as those beginning chapters. So yeah, but the witch, if you're not looking for that stuff, it's gonna surprise you when it happens. She's just right there exposing everything. So yeah, but Fire Force, I really like it. It's a wacky concept, and a lot of people don't like the plot, saying that it's not as fleshed out as other series. But I dig it. I like what they're doing with it. Let's see. We got that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Trinity in Tempest, which is a manga spinoff from the original manga and light novel. Not sure if I'm going to pick this up yet, but I am interested in it because I love Reincarnated as a Slime. One of my favorite anime and manga, Himoto Umaru-chan. I quote and use her images a lot on the internet. If you know me on Facebook, you'll see me posting about it. but she's hilarious. We've got Love Me for Who I Am, Volume 2. Reincarnated as a Sword, Volume 4. Bestia or Bestia, Volume 2. Breasts Are My Favorite Things in the World, Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a parental advisory on that.
Oh.
Final Fantasy Lost Stranger, Volume 5.
I'm kind of confused by the anatomy of what's going on the breasts cover. Like, what? Is this person on the left grabbing the bottom of...
I think he's hugging her and lifting her up at the same time.
I'm so good. Oh, I see her. Okay. The arms are underneath her arms.
Yeah.
I was very confused.
Oh boy. I know Omar and Jess are excited about that book. Here we have oh boy, how the hell do I pronounce this? Heterogenia Linguistico. Nice. All right, volume 1 of that.
Whatever that sounds like some sort of sexual act using your mouth.
Let me see. I think it's the cover looks reminds me of Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah, absolutely does.
After his professor is injured, rookie linguist Hakaba is entrusted with his work, a research trip to study the language of monsters. Traveling together with his guide Suzuki, he dives into the complex world of interspecies communication. This sounds awesome. Man, this is my type of jam. All right, I'm gonna check this out later.
What's the name of the creator?
This is done by Salt Seno.
Oh, never mind. I would recognize the name Salt.
Salt Seno. It's published by Yen Press, and it's an adventure slice of life. I'm all in. I love this concept. That
sounds absolutely like something that Delicious in Dungeon fans would enjoy.
Nice. All right. This you made a video of. Im Great Priest Imhotep, Volume 5. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? On the Side Sword Oratoria, Volume 13. That's a mouthful. Next up, Monster and the Beast, Volume 3. Murcielago, Volume 16. My Broken Mariko, hardcover. I hear this is pretty excellent, so I do want to check that out. I think it's a drama series.
I had never heard of it.
I think it was either Kong or Teddy. One of the two said something about it. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. I'll be on the lookout. Overlord, the Undead King O, Volume 5. This is a spin-off from Overlord. This I know a lot of people are going to get. It is the Legend of Zelda Legendary Edition hardcover box set, which is the one-shots manga that they did for the previous games, but in hardcover and a collectible treasure box. And I think it makes the sound of the treasure box from the games. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Let me check real quick.
When I worked at GameStop, there was I forget which Zelda game it was for, but there was a special, like, just swag item, and it was a small chest that when you opened it up, it was a holder for your, like, 3DS games. You could put nice. Like 4 or 5 of them in there. When you open it up, it would do the ba-da-da-da.
Awesome. So no, it doesn't make the sound. That's a disappointment. But it does contain 5 hardcovers. So if you don't have them, if you've never played Zelda and you want to read it instead, then yeah, go ahead and grab it.
And these have not been released as hardcover before. They were released singularly as paperback editions. Yeah. So if you would like to have them in hardcover instead, this is going to be, as of yet, the only way to go to get those in hardcover.
Yep.
And they are oversized, by the way.
I wish they would do the 1 year collecting. I forgot. Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, yeah.
I would get that.
Yeah, and Twilight Princess, hands down, is the best Zelda manga that I've read, aside from the one from Nintendo Power. But that one's mostly because of the artwork.
I wish they would. There's no Wind Waker one, right? That's just the one I want.
I think for Wind Waker there was like a Four Coma series,
Mm, okay.
just like a comedy type thing, but I don't think that there
Yeah.
was an actual dramatic adaptation.
I love all the Zelda games, but that's my favorite. Anyways, we got Raw Hero, which is another not safe for work title.
Oh,
We've got another box set. This is Tokyo Ghoul Re. This completes your Tokyo Ghoul set. If you have the previous box set, you can get this one and have the entire series in box set form. Are you getting this?
I have all the single volumes.
Ah, nice.
So thank God, because that would be another expensive item for this month.
We've got the Royal Tutor, Volume 14, and Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, Volume 11. Here we have Star Wars Leia, Princess of Alderaan, Volume 1. That's nice. I didn't know they were coming up with that. We've got Bungo Stray Dogs, Volume 16, Sword Art Online, Progressive, Barca Roll of Froth. Oh boy. Volume 1. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, The Ways of the Monster Nation. This is another spin-off from the manga. Teasing Master Takagi-san. This is a piece of wholesome pie. I highly recommend it. Really good stuff. Volume 10. We also have Blue Flag, Volume 4, and another fan favorite, Golden Kamui, Volume 18.
Absolutely love it. Love it.
Sadako at the End of the World manga.
So is that supposed to be a parody of The Girl from the Ring?
I think so. Let me check real quick. After the world comes to an end, a pair of sisters play a certain infamous videotape, but when Sadako appears, they're just happy to meet another girl in this post-apocalyptic world.
That sounds hilarious.
I love it. I love it. This is from Yen Press. I definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, I might have to, in an overstuffed month worth of books, I might have to add that to my cart. Because I'm guessing it's only a single volume, too.
Yeah, I think, it's a single volume. That's awesome.
Right in time for Halloween, also.
Right on. That's perfect. Here's another big one that a lot of people are excited about.
Oh,
Sneeze from Naoki Urasawa. This is his short story collection manga. Let me check real quick to see the contents, to see how many, if it says anything. Sneeze, Naoki Urasawa's story collection is curated collection of 8 short stories and graphic essays by famed manga author Naoki Urasawa, creator of the acclaimed series Monster and 20th Century Boys. Yeah.
Very excited. I read Mujirushi a week ago or so, and that was really good. It was a very good series. It's only a single volume, so I love that. And this is, I love anthology stuff like this of creators that I really enjoy. So this and the Ito works, always fun.
You continuing Ultraman, because we've got volume 14 of Ultraman.
Yeah, that's a fun series. Really good artwork, fun superhero type action. Great series. I enjoy it. But it is a lot of fun.
This one is another weird title. To Save the World, Can You Wake Up the Morning After with a Demi-Human? Volume 2. We also have Zozo Zombie, Volume 9. Shibuya Goldfish, Volume 8. Life Lessons with Uramichi Onisan, Volume 1. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Volume 1. And Persona 4, Volume 13. Moving on up, we got Welcome to the Ballroom, Volume 10. Kaiji. Hey, it's Kaiji again.
This is delayed. I got the email. This is delayed. Okay, so I got the email, and it's been delayed until November. And I was curious, and we were talking about it in one of our chats. And I looked up on Denpa's Twitter, and via Twitter, someone had asked them, when is that second volume coming out? And they said basically that there's something going on with the printer, and they don't know why. It seems like they don't really know what's going on, but something with the printer is causing it to be constantly delayed like it is. And once that gets figured out, I'm guessing it probably has something to do with pandemic related things and COVID and all that. Then as soon as that gets wrapped up, as soon as that gets fixed, they will have it ready to go for us.
Nice. So it is coming out.
It's coming out, and I think they've already solicited 5 volumes of this.
Wow.
So they're all in on this stuff. They're ready to give us material. It's just stuff going on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. This next one is Yuri is My Job, Volume 6. Magical Girl Spec Ops Asuka, Volume 9. Speaking of Soul Eater, we've got Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition, Volume 2 hardcover.
So I'll be getting that, even though the first one I think was a little bit fan service heavy. I was intrigued by the characters and the setting and the ideas, and the art was a lot of fun as well. So I'll be continuing. I will admit that even though this was really popular back when, you know, we were around the end of high school and the beginning of college for me, so you were somewhere around the beginning of college, this was a super popular series, and I just never checked it out. So I'm happy to check it out now.
It gets a lot better as it goes. And have you seen what was his name? Did they show Frankenstein in the first one?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. All right, I like it. And did we see the main villain yet or not? Did you see it, the main villain?
I don't believe so. The end of the first volume is basically the main characters meet with Death, and then they say something about why can't we see his aura or whatever, and then it zooms out.
All right, so we haven't seen the main villain yet. I really like the main villain. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I like that character. Nicola Traveling Around the Demon's World, Volume 3. To Love Rue Darkness, Volume 17 is also coming out. And I know you're picking this up, High Score Girl, Volume 4.
Very good. Very good slice of life. If you're a video game player that grew up in the 90s, this is something that'll be fun for you. But I love the characters in this and the interactions that they have. It's a nice coming of age type thing.
I didn't know that there was an anime for it, and it's on Netflix. So I'm going to check that out. And I looked at some trailers, and they got the rights to feature Street Fighter on the anime as well.
Nice.
So it's really fun that you see them playing and you see the actual sprites and animation from the game, from the Street Fighter 2. So that's really awesome. So I will be checking that out too. Here we have some weird titles. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, Volume 5. Destiny Lovers, Volume 4. Pleasure and Corruption, Volume 3. Sue and Taichan, Volume 2, in color. And give me a second here to share the last bit of manga. Here we go. Pandora in the Crimson Shell, Ghost Urn, Volume 13. Dance in the Vampire Bund, Age of Scarlet Order, Volume 3. I made a video on that if you want to check it out on Volume 1. Fairy Tail Battle Royale, Volume 4. I assume this is not the other Fairy Tail. The Girl from the Other Side, Seul a Run, Volume 9. Don't Toy with Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 4. Magic Knight Rayearth 25th Anniversary Manga Box Set 2 hardcover.
I still haven't read the contents of the first one, so I don't know if I'm going to grab the second one yet. But I'll have to check it out soon. I know Omar's a big fan of that one. The next one I'm going to mention because of today's news that you know about, Gio. I got contacted by Udon to do some reviews for them, and they are sending me a copy of that first Rose of Versailles hardcover So I'm going to talk about that. They're mailing it out to me along with another series that I'm excited to check out. And I'll be doing some reviews for Udon, and they said after that they'll see about sending me more books, more content to do reviews on. So within the next couple of weeks, you guys will be able to see Udon pimping out my stuff on their social media.
That's awesome. I can't wait to watch that.
I'm excited.
Rosa Versailles, Volume 4. Farming Life in Another World. I assume it's an isekai.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And that's about it. That's all the manga that's coming out in the month of October.
So
you're
like I
getting
said,
a
lot of big books. There's, what were some of the big ones? We had Attack on Titan right off the bat, Sailor Moon, Knights of Sidonia,
Demon Slayer.
Well, I'm just talking about like the big expensive ones coming out. The box sets,
Tokyo Ghoul box set,
the Fairy Tail box set, Magic Knight Rayearth box set, the hardcover for Blade of the Immortal. So many big, expensive books are coming out this month. But the positive thing for my wallet is at least I know that Knights of Sidonia and Magic Knight and Sailor Moon are all the final volumes of those. So it's not like I'm going to... Also, for something I'm not getting, what's it called? What's the one I'm not getting? The Tokyo Ghoul. That's the final box set of that too. So it's not like longer term commitments.
Jesse, was Burn the Witch supposed to come out next month in Japan, but we're not getting it anytime soon. So
that makes sense. Is that Japanese edition? Is it going to be both the one shot with the four chapter together?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to get going.
Just over an hour. Let's wrap up. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It really means a lot to us that you are taking time out of your busy schedules to watch us talk about manga on Thursdays here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. This is the Manga Collectors Show. Of course, a lot of these books that we talked about you can get at instocktrades.com. You can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off, loyalty discount, check out an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging when you visit instocktrades.com. So thank you everybody in the chat for joining. It means the world to us. Thank you so much for the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you know when new videos pop up. We do it Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays, and of course, Fangirls Assemble. They do their shows either on Sundays or Fridays, depends on their schedule as well. But regardless, thank you so much for the support. Ryley, where can people find you on the internet?
Find me on YouTube at The Omnibus Collector. I have 2 new videos out today. On Thursdays, I do Hot Singles, where I talk about really awesome new comics that come out every week. And I also did a second video just about Detective Comics number 1027, because it was such a huge and fun and exciting new issue. On Fridays, I talk about comics, so tomorrow will be a comic haul. And then on Tuesdays, I talk about manga. So at least 3 videos a week. And then, of course, on Facebook, the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and Community. And for you otaku and manga lovers, we have the Otaku's Farm group as well. A fantastic place for otaku like us.
Yeah. Final question in here goes to Hayden. I know it's not manga related, but thoughts on the She-Hulk casting news. The Omnibros will talk about it on Sunday, but I am a huge fan of the actress. I think it's a solid choice. I'm excited that we're finally getting She-Hulk in live action. That's awesome.
I'm not familiar with her because I'm guessing she's from Orphan Black, which I never watched. Yeah. But I am a massive She-Hulk fan, so they could literally cast a cardboard box and I'd be excited. Not to be rude to the actress, but I'm really excited about She-Hulk getting on TV.
Yeah. So there we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You can find me on my channel, A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, and manga, but mostly anime and manga. You can follow me there. It'll be a lot of fun. I guarantee it. So yeah, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. God bless. Stay safe out there. And we will see you on Sunday with Jess's Coffee with Omnibros and Gabe and all that fun stuff. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in.